Hello guys, and welcome to episode 25 of my Total War Warhammer 2 playthrough, playing as the Von Carsteins on very hard difficulty. This is Mortal Empires and we're going for world domination, and today it starts at Zufbar. So we are going to be sieging this in order to get the battering ram, and then we shall assault it, and hopefully all will end well. But for now, we are just holding on, and we are moving on to the next turn. We have currently Vlad and Isabella raiding through the Dwarven lands, making their way to the next settlements. And once they have done so, we can just take those next settlements, and yeah, should work out quite well. I just want to wipe out Calakhern as soon as possible, or wipe out the dwarves. I might try and peace out with Clan Angrand, as it's unlikely that I'm going to attack them for a while, but it's also very unlikely that they're going to peace out. So we will have to wait and see. Going to make sure that's fast forwarded so we don't get held up on the end turn. Emery declared war on the last defenders and Karak Zorn. Arganeth is now at war with Lothern. Interesting. I did actually have a suggestion to go and take Lothern early on. And I might actually do it. Sounds like a pretty decent idea. The only issue with doing so is it would leave me relatively spread out, like quite badly spread out. So it will be something that I'll have to do further down the line. Anyway, do we want minus raised dead cost or extra leadership for all armies? We'll probably want the leadership for now, as we already raised the dead. But off we go to Calakhern. We're going to reveal their army. It's actually not too bad. They've got Dwarf Warriors, Thunderers, Rangers. All of these units are crap. It's just the Slayers and possibly the Hammerers that might cause me some issues. In terms of their garrison, it's not massive, so that's good as well. Vlad should be absolutely fine assaulting that settlement. As for Zufbar, we should be okay here, and Isabella's going to continue down to Mount Gunbad. So next turn I will be able to assault that. It doesn't have the biggest garrison in the world, so that will be fantastic, and we'll get ourselves some more gold. Meanwhile, up north, Karakangor isn't doing too well. We've got -5 public order per turn, -1 vampiric corruption. And that's because the greenskins now took over Khazad-Urkalaz. Maybe this is a chance for me to just destroy the Skull Takers. Then again, they'll probably just pop up at some point. Time to move on to the next turn, I think, as none of my units can really do too much. So the Pillars of Grungni are actually controlled by the Greenskins as well. Now under siege by the Dwarves though. I was going to say, that's awfully close to their capital. Unless the Dwarves have lost their capital, which is something that I am trying to check up on. But next turn, we will be able to attack Zufbar. And by doing so, we'll start to punch holes in what remains of the dwarves. I'm glad the greenskins have really come out on top. They are a lot easier for us to deal with in the late game.
We have much to discuss, and thou art
Arkan's probably going to want an alliance again, yeah. Not something we're looking for right now, but I'm glad that the AI are actively offering me that. Achendorf is now under control of the Border Princes. It was last turn, but what that means is possibly the Border Princes will move through to Grenstad and try and attack me there. which could get awkward if Vlad's busy trying to take Calacan. Then again, if we take Zufbar this turn, my other army might be able to get back there in time if they decide to try and siege me down.
Champion of the dark.
Alright, let's continue towards Calacan. They've maxed out this army almost.
King of darkness.
I think next turn I'll be in range to actually attack that. It's going to be a hell of a battle though once we actually jump into it. I'm going to make sure that this lady is good to go. She has the important spells leveled up, so we'll just continue with Impassioned, I think. It might also be worth giving her a Hellsteed. But let's go. We're going to get into Mount Gumbad. At least start the siege. And we'll get ourselves a battering ram and just go from there, I think.
No mercy.
Okay. Time to grab Warmund Fafbach and attack Zufbar. We have one battering ram. All we need. Let's go ahead and fight this on the battle map. Now they are starting to build an army next door to Zufbar. I think it's Oakenhammer, whatever it's called. But this should be okay. There's no Slayers. Actually, there's one set of Slayers. The only reason I'm worried about them is because they are unbreakable, whereas the rest are not. So the Thunderers should take quite a bit of damage. What I'm going to do is we're going to have the Graveguard climb up either side of a gate, and then have the Mortis Engine actually push into the gate, because then it will sit underneath whilst the units above get replenished and the Mortis Engine continues to do damage. As for the horses, they can sit at the back. Same with the Direwolves. The Vargeist need to charge on in. My Canrays can probably climb the walls as well, right? Yeah, we'll let them climb. Go on. We're going to start the deployment, start the battle, set up this attack. Good thing about Canrays is they are resistant to physical attacks. So that's what makes them really good. Their actual stats look really bad, but when you see that they are ethereal and they have the 75% physical resistance, it makes them absolutely fantastic against like melee forces. I think that's pretty much everything. We'll just have these Vargeists come into the Thunderers. One thing I am a little bit worried about is the fact that my leader doesn't have like a decent invocation yet. He can't upgrade it, which is a real problem when it comes to things like these Thunderers. Like my Vargeist here taking up absolutely butt ton of damage is just not very fun. So we're going to have to individually heal these up, which is not exactly what I want to do. But there we go, they managed to get into them, so that's fine. We'll start smashing them to pieces. Ooh, saying that, my Canrays are taking some serious damage, but our guys are trying to do the damage on the walls. I might have to take these guys off, because they've done quite a nice amount of damage, but they're taking quite a lot of damage as well. The Iron Breakers are getting involved and they're starting to do a lot. We probably don't want to sit behind the walls since they still have the Thunderers there. But my Canrays are up onto the walls, which is good. And we'll have them attack the Iron Drakes. Let's just heal up these ones on the ground. Actually, let's heal up the ones in the air, because I can't attack. I can't use the spell on the ones on the walls. That is fine. My ram is nearly there. We're happily chasing down the iron drapes at the moment, which is good. And we're doing okay. We're probably going to take quite a few losses from this engagement, actually, by the looks of it. But that's okay. What's going on here? Slayers are engaging. They're trying to take on my mortis engine, by the looks of things. Oh, these iron drakes, look at them. Just shrugging off all of this damage. Absolutely ridiculous. Now I've got all of this graveguard on the walls, though things are going to change quite rapidly. But let's get these Vargeists off. Hopefully I can heal them up. That's the plan. There we go. And we'll get them back into the thunder engagement there. Well, these ones can take off now since they're taking a lot of damage. That is the gates destroyed. Let's charge on through with the Kenrays alongside our leader. Our leader's doing actually a pretty decent job, I think. A little bit worried about my flying units though. Definitely going to have to heal those up sooner than later. And well, since we've broken through, let's get all of these forces inside. These towers have actually been hitting them the entire time, which is unfortunate. But now we'll just run on forwards. I should have just hidden them next to the walls. That's my bad. Oh well. Let's just invocate these Vargeists. The Claw of Nagash definitely helping out a lot with this engagement. Those Iron Breakers though, lobbing their grenades up onto the wall here is nasty. Look how much damage they do. Ouch. Probably wondering why I'm not using these Vargeists. I think I'm just going to wait again for another invocation and then we'll be okay. I just like the damage we're doing here. It's going pretty well. Now we've got the invocation going. Let's smash into these Thunderers. On the walls, yes, the Graveguard take a lot of damage, but they have a lot of leadership. And the Iron Breakers are out of ammunition now. Well, what we do need to do is probably smash into the Iron Drake. Stop them firing like that. That's pretty nasty. Ouch. This is one hell of a battle. So the Kenrays here mixed in with the Graveguard is actually a pretty sweet combination. Gonna let those guys take off and we shall heal them up. And then we'll have them dive back down into the Iron Drakes. Lovely. Let's maybe break off these to one side. I'm not sure really what to do here. One of my direwolves didn't actually move forwards when I grabbed all of the other units. I must have failed to select them or something. But they're probably going to end up dying now. Looks like we're also going to lose a unit of Graveguard. It's not the end of the world if I lose any units, honestly. It's more about just winning the battle, because I can always re-recruit any units I lose since we're right next to Sylvania anyway. And Graveguard only really take one turn to recruit, so that's fine. One thing that is nice here is we've got lots of units on the wall that are very, very low. There goes the dire walls. Graveguard are dead as well. Those Longbeards with great weapons are about to break. Fighting to the last man. It's absolutely crazy. I'm just going to try and heal up these chill guys a little bit. Because these are also ethereal, I think, and have the 75% physical resistance. But at the moment their leadership is being affected quite a lot. Let's try and smash into those if I can. Stop them using their grenades. That's pretty disgusting otherwise. But at least we've succeeded on the walls here, which is fantastic. Okay. Alright, let's have these come off the walls. Maybe we can just smash into the back of the iron breakers actually. I think the can rays should do quite a lot of damage due to their armor piercing. So we have to be a little bit careful with these black knights, I think. I'm not really sure where I want to allocate these Vargeists. Smash them into the Longbeards. Okay, so what is the next unit that I need to heal up? Possibly the Black Knights? Let's do that. And we'll maybe try and charge into these iron breakers from the side. Oh wow, these guys are taking a lot of damage. That's going to be the Thane there. Doing work. Maybe it's time to have these can rays sort of attack the center. We could go and kill this organ gun, which seems to be doing quite a lot of damage to my Vargeists. Ouch. I'm actually going to have these Black Knights charge into the back of this infantry engagement. And I'm going to heal up my leader this time. I'm not really going to care about those Vargeists. I'm a little bit worried about our current situation. And these men on the walls aren't really doing too well. Let's get them off. The iron breakers are just really holding very well. Alright, so we've engaged them at the square, which is fine. But our leadership across the board is pretty damn low. This is not good. I think best bet really is to make sure that we hit their leader and try and break any units that are low. The thing is, the mortis engine here is pretty damn good. And I think that could save us in this panel. It's really, really close. What's the range on this anyway? Because I'm gonna just have it come over here and try and heal up some of these men. Oh, just listen to it. Those banshees. Very scary. Put away the hex rays here. They are certainly dying very quickly. Let's fix them up. to try and smash this thing into the ground. Alright, let's just run that guy down. Have my leader go help out over there. I think I might also have my chill guys come over here. This army has just completely disappeared. One Hex Rays. Do your best. This is just crazy. Heal up the Hex Rays again, they're the ones that can heal the most by it. I think it makes sense to do so. Okay, they are wavering, that's good. We're going to have all of these units move back and attack the Iron Breakers on the other side. I'm going to have the Can Rays try and take on these Thunderers. We're getting there. This is absolutely crazy though, I'm not going to lie. I did not expect to lose this many troops. We're almost back to square one. So I smashed into the side of them there, just try and do as much damage as possible. We got the Mortis Engine coming in to do some damage as well. This has replenishes hit points of combatants, causes damage to combatants. It reduces speed of everyone around it. I'd love to know why those guys stopped. I don't feel like I played this very well at all. Especially like letting a lot of the horsemen get killed before they even engaged. That was a really bad idea. But at least here, if we sort of take out enough of them, we might just win by default. These guys getting wrecked. But that is what we like to see. Let's just smash into these Iron Breakers with the Can Rays. That should finish things off there. The Mortis Engine just saving our bacon so damn much. I'm probably going to try and keep these Vargeist out of combat if I can.
I have a kink in my ass.
Come on, Can Rays. Looks like the Vargeist died anyway. Not much I can do about that. What I can do is hope that these Can Rays win against the Iron Breakers. Because at the moment the high defense of the Iron Breakers is causing my Can Rays some problems. We're barely hitting them. Are we doing much damage? I don't think we are. You can see the amount of attacks that are happening. So that melee defense is too damn high. We're doing nothing to them. Occasionally hitting. They're not doing too much damage to us as well though, because of all that physical resistance. There goes another unit. This is crazy. Such a close battle. What I might do is just pull back here and we'll hit them again with like a charge. That should help us out a bit because we're much faster than they are. The good thing about these Can Rays is they are pretty damn quick. Right, there we go. We broke them. That's fantastic. I'm just going to make sure they all die. I don't have enough to save the hex raids, I don't think.
Our clans will shun us.
Okay, and now we need to kill the Master Engineer. How do we do that?
Mortis engine.
Because, well, most of our units are dead. And I'm a bit worried about getting my leader involved, but we're going to have to. This is the closest battle I've had in a very, very long time. Where's he going? He's running away. He's letting us capture the center. He's going to have to fight us eventually. There we go. He's got involved. These cannon raids not actually doing too well, but that's going to be it. Victory. Oh my. Pyrrhic victory for sure. I think I underestimated these iron breakers just a little bit. But that is why you kill dwarves early. Because that is crazy. Just how much they survive versus your limited armor piercing damage. The Mortis engine's still all good. What I'm likely going to have to do is raise some dead from this in order to be able to hold the settlement. Because I do want to hold it. I do want to take it. It's worth quite a bit though. So maybe it'd be worth sacking. No, I'm not going to sack it. The reason I'm not going to sack it is because I want to maintain the growth. And I think our income will sort itself out pretty quickly when I disband the army that's currently sorting out public order elsewhere. So we'll jump into Zufbar, we'll take that. That allows me to like instantly build like a ghost fence here. The other good thing is we did manage to retain quite a lot of these. What do we need to replace? Like direwolves? 1 unit of direwolves. We'll just go back and recruit the rest. I'm definitely getting the ghost fence here. I would like to also afford the balefire brazier. If I stop the recruitment of the wolves... Oh, never mind. I raised them from the dead. So never mind. Do I push for Undying Horde? No, I think we go for Darkling Skies attrition reduction. I mean, obviously the casualty replenishment rate would be good now. But
This better be important.
I think it's something we can overlook in favour of the minus attrition, because in the future that minus attrition is going to be a lot more useful. So instead of the Balefire Brazier, I'm going to start building the Gibbet, and then next turn we can set up the Balefire Brazier with the cash that we have left. They did start to build this army here with Ungrim. I am going to have to take care of that sooner than later, otherwise it's just going to be a bunch of Slayers in there. So that's what I'm going to be looking to do. Right, meanwhile, let's have our Banshee go check out Karazakarak. There it is, and oh my, that is certainly an army. 6 Ironbreakers. 5 Hammerers, a couple of Bugman's Rangers, Gyrocopter, Flame Cannon, Organ Gun. This is about as bad as it can get when it comes to dwarves for the vampires. It's going to take a 2v1 to take them out, unless the Greenskins do it for us. There is potential for that. But what we're going to end up doing is we'll take Rib Peak, so we'll take Mount Gumbad, I'll take Grom Peak. And then we will move from Zufbar to Oakenhammer. We'll take Kalag Dromar. and then we can sort of converge onto Kara Zakarak. That is the plan. We'll also probably wipe out the border princes on the way.
The world will drown.
Cool. We jump into our diplomacy. The greenskins must be liking this, surely. They are. Can we get a non-aggression pact? We can. That is perfect. Because ideally I want to be in a position where they are my friend as long as possible.
The Creator God blesses this conference. No!
If we give them military access as well, they will accept. There we go. And that is good. So even more money from that. So like I was mentioning, once we get rid of Vlad von Carstein, we will get much more cash. So that will be nice, but we're just letting him sort out the public order at Middenheim at the moment. We're waiting on the vampiric corruption change, and also the gibbet to finish, to give us that little bit of help. But that is everything done for this turn. So let's move on to the next one. And what a hell of a battle that was against the dwarves. I really wish I had played it better. I do need to remember in future with those dwarven settlements that they do have the range to attack those horses. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. I think it depends on the upgrade of the settlement. But picking up the settlement at level 3 is really good.
By my side.
Okay, well, the Wood Elves hate us, so no surprise that they just declared war on us. I'm just a bit worried about where they're going to come from, if they're going to come over here. It's unlikely that they will just hit us straight up because the Crooked Moon's in the way. But you never know. The Wood Elves are also pretty hard to deal with, because they rely quite heavily on archers, whereas you just don't have any. So that can be irritating for sure. It's fine when it comes to settlement battles, like if you're assaulting a settlement, then it's fine when it comes to archers. But what makes it really bad with the Wood Elves is they don't have walls, so they just run all over the place. Black Knights can try and charge them down, but if they use Wild Riders, then you're in trouble. Okay.
Lord of the night.
Vlad down here should be good.
It is wise.
Oh, never mind.
Vlad
He won't be in range. Or just keep moving in raiding stance so I don't take the attrition. Isabella, though, should be able to attack Mount Gumbad. Yep, has the battering ram available. Ormond Fafbach is almost ready to go. I'm very worried about what Ungrim's actually building, though.
My bloodline calls. What do you want?
I think we should probably siege Oakenhammer sooner than later, just to stop him recruiting. We can get Crypt Horrors, which have decent armor piercing. But I think that's might be something that I invest upon. Let me just get the Balefire Brazier though, before I forget. And unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. So, this is where I'm going to leave it. We are certainly in a precarious position around Oakenhammer. I really want to stop this recruitment if I can. It's very important that I do so. We'll take Mount Gumbad, that'll be nice and easy. All takers are heading down here, might end up taking Grand Peak, which would be annoying. If they do, there's potential I might just attack them. But for now, I think that's it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.